Yo, 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 what it do, salute, man. Splash Shaka, man, you already know, Open for Business podcast. And today I want to talk about understanding natural thoughts and unnatural thoughts, in the era that we're living in. This country, their big business is mind control. I don't know if y'all know, but this country's main occupation is mind control, This country has a long history of large investments in mind control. That's what they do. That's their profession. So the study and investing in research and of mind control has a extensive history, in America. So they've been working on mind control forever, man. Since I believe it began with like Hitler in Germany, them German engineers and stuff, and then America developed it, started linking and networking with the Germans, and they was able to acquire the German technology and information and stuff like that. And I read this book, in fact, called Mass Mind Control. And in that book it talked about the first tools of mind control. And it was like the first tool of mind control was kind of like a box that they just showed whatever subject they was trying to manipulate, whoever's mind they were trying to control, manipulate, put into a sort of sociopathic state. Was like a box that they used to just sit the person down in front of and flash a bunch of images to them, and tie them up and just flash these images until their mind was just fucked up. And it would be like turn them into Manchurian candidates and shit. You know what I mean? And then that was the first tool of mind control created in Germany, which I read about. And shortly after, the TV made its way to America. We started using TVs in America. Food for thought. But basically, man, this country's one of their main objectives is to master mind control, and they've been doing this for hundreds and hundreds of years. And now it's we've come to an age where it's just mutated to it's mutated to a ridiculous state right now. If you could imagine, the things that the way they got better with mind control during the years and practicing and all these different things. Now they have technology, and technology is just a mind control. What would I say? It's a mind control pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, technology is like the mind control God. You know what I'm saying? The Alibaba, the Jesus Christ of mind control. You know what I'm saying? So now you got 5G networks and all these forms of things that can be used to manipulate in many different ways. Manipulate your mind in many different ways. Not only that, but it can also tap into the frequencies of your energy in your body. Remember, your body's made up of frequencies, electromagnetic waves and all that. These things, just like when you go next to a TV and you get that electromagnetic, you get that EMI, electromagnetic interference. It just shows that you have certain waves and energy that you give off that interact with different waves of energy. That's metaphysics, or what they call the study of physics elements. Just like atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons, and things of that nature, right? So everything we interact with causes a chemical reaction. You know what I'm saying? Chemical reactions. Everything we interact with creates a chemical reaction. Mixing of atoms, protons, neutrons, and electrons creates a response. That's why sometimes you get bad vibes, you get good vibes. It's all chemical reactions. Sometimes you get near people, bad energy. It's all chemical reactions. So there's a lot of chemical reacting going on, a lot of energy transfusion and stuff like that going on around us at all times. Frequency tampering at all times that we're not aware of, and our brain computes it as emotion or feelings, right? So these people know how to, they develop a technology that knows how to master that, tamper with that, and tap into your neurons, protons, neutrons, electrons, and tamper with your feelings, your emotions. And when you tamper with somebody's feelings and emotions, it creates thoughts. When you create thoughts, the first thing they said was the thought, then was the word, then was the action. So it's like, just another way of, mind controlling people's mind and be able to control their actions. See what I'm saying? So now they got the 5G, high frequency level radiation and like energy manipulation that we're not aware of. They raise the frequency that hurts. I'm in telecommunications. I'm an IT technician. When I was in school in 2007, my teacher told me that we wouldn't have to use terabytes and nanobytes and all that shit. Nanobytes and all that. We don't need all that. We don't need all that speed. We don't need all that. All that extra speed is being used to do things that we don't really need. I mean, why do we need nanobyte speed? Why do we need nano speed? Is about 9 trillion cycles per second. Can't see it. You can't see. That's like something spinning around 9 trillion times in less than a second. It'll disappear. So what we need to be aware of is that there's a lot of frequency tampering and things like that going on, and they have greater technology to tap into your neurons, tap into your minds, your emotions. See what I'm saying? So a lot of the times nowadays you might be feeling depressed, sad. You never know if that's naturally how you feel, or if that's a frequency induced reaction. We got to know ourselves. This is an important time for us to study ourselves and know ourselves to the extreme, so that we can fully understand unnatural frequencies that enter into our bodies and our minds. By naturally knowing yourself and knowing your natural frequencies, you can feel when something unnatural is on you. It's being is being tampered with into your physiology, into your chemical buildup. You got to know yourself naturally. Somebody told me if you want to know the world, study yourself first. If you want to learn, study yourself. And when you think you learned yourself, go back and study yourself again. Because you can never fully know yourself. It's like you can never fully know everything. But you have to know the basics of yourself. You have to naturally know what's natural in yourself and what's unnatural. If you can't tell what's natural in yourself and what's unnatural, you got a big problem. You got a big problem, because there's a lot of things in this universe, in this world, for us to learn about ourselves and unlock within ourselves, bring out greater abilities. So you're just limiting yourself. You're being controlled. You're under mind control. All of us are under mind control. These clothes I got on is mind control. The way I'm talking is mind control. But how aware are you of the mind control? Like G.I. Joe. When I was young, we watched G.I. Joe. He said, knowing is half the battle. So, as long as you know, you already won half the battle. So, It's a big thing to know yourself and know the unnatural thoughts, because a lot of people are getting unnatural thoughts and they think that it is their natural thoughts, but they're not. Their thoughts are actually being programmed. They're actually being programmed in many different ways, more than 100 different ways that you're being programmed all day, every day. You know? So it's kind of like there was that movie with Will Smith and the white girl, and you know, they were like professional thieves, but they were good with the sleight of hand, tricking the mind. Like when he programmed that dude's mind to see the 55, and that dude ended up choosing the 55 because he programmed his mind all day. I might have to go back and go check that movie out. I don't remember the name of the movie right now. Will Smith, the white chick. What's the name of that movie, man? Focus. Yeah. The name of the movie was Focus, man. So yeah. It's all about that focus, man. Tapping in, being one with yourself, one with your inner being. Because right now there's a lot of foreign, extraterrestrial entities tapping into the earth. Extraterrestrial, foreign, technological. You're being controlled in many different ways. If you don't know yourself and don't understand your natural self, you'll never be able to understand understand the control. If you're not able to understand the control, then you're just going to be a puppet. It's going to be used and abused, misused and abused. You know what I mean? And they're going to be spreading bad knowledge, spreading bad energies. You know, being, you know, basically a Manchurian candidate out here. Got to know our natural self, man, because a lot of these frequencies is being programmed into us. You know, MK Ultra, things of that nature. So I'm sure you all know about these things. So we got to remember that these things is in the play and it's going down. Yo, Open for Business podcast, man. It's Splash Shaka, man. Just wanted to, you know, expound on that, man. Shed a little light. You feel what I'm saying? You know, because when we put these things out into the air and when we put these things out into the frequency, they take up flesh. They start to manifest. See what I'm saying? So be careful what they feed in your brain and what you let come out your mouth from what is, you know what I mean? Try to always stick to nature, what's natural. Feel what I'm saying? Splash Shaka, man. Open for Business podcast. You already know, man. Tap in, man. Ain't gonna be here too long playing with y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's in and out, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of more shit to drop jewels on too, man. Tap in.